time do you say he normally gets in? Yeah. OK, we'll do get him to call me when he comes in. Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye-bye now.
You been kipping here, Alistair?
Problems, Gov.
Fire away.
It's Regina versus Michael Hennessy this morning.
Yeah?
We may have to drop it.
I thought we were in good shape on that.
Yeah, defence want the name of our snout.
Well, we've got to look after the snouts, Alistair, even if they are scum.
Oh, I've applied for a non-disclosure order.
Well, I should get it sorted.
I don't know if we've got one, though. I was out all yesterday.
Any news, Sarge?
I was hoping there'd be a message from CPS when I got here.
Terrific.
David Mallon's dealing with it. I'm waiting for him to get back to me now.
Let's face it, the defence don't give a monkeys who our snout is. They just want to force us to drop the case. It's a nonsense.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, Gov. Tom Dyer is a friend of mine. Hennessy clobbered him so hard he was out of it for 3 days. Now, what am I supposed to tell him? Oh, we've got the animal that did this, but we're going to have to let him go because of some legal hitch.
Dear Greg. Hi, David. Yeah. Did we get the non-disclosure? No one faxed us. There's been nothing. Yeah. Right, I see. Yeah, OK. Bye. He was on a Corso yesterday. Thought someone had passed the message on. We're OK.
Alistair.
David.
Sorry about the late call.
Well, it was good news when it came. I tell you, if we hadn't got that non-disclosure order for our informant, we wouldn't have gone ahead.
Where's W.P.C. Ackland?
She'll be here in a second.
Good. She's put a lot into this run, hasn't she?
She always gives things 100%.
Well, in this case, I'd say it was 110.
Who is it?
Tom, it's only me. You ready?
Not really.
Oh, what's the matter?
Coming.
I won't be a minute.
So, we'll open with Dyer.
Fine.
Even though the defence counsel has offered to agree his statement.
So we don't actually need him here?
Oh, we rather he came, whipped up some sympathy for us. His statement on its own will have far less impact on the jury.
Right, I see.
Still, we ought to put him out of his misery as soon as we can.
Very sensitive of you, David.
Yes, well, I am sensitive. So, first Dyer, then the cleaning lady who found him, followed by your good self.
Right?
Good. Tell you what, Alistair, your counsel's blue-eyed boy at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
A model investigation, true to the very letter and spirit of Pace.
Got all togged up ready and then... I don't know, I can't face it somehow.
It seems a shame.
Couldn't sleep last night. Kept hearing someone.
Isn't there someone who can come and stay with you for a bit?
Nah, I'm all right. Neighbour calls in, does a bit of shopping.
And once the trial's over, a lot of the pressure will be off you.
Thing is, June, my neighbour said, she said, what's the point in going to court, Tom? You never saw nothing. You was out of it.
You wanted to come, though, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
I mean, you wanted to see Hennessy put away.
But you got my statement. Won't that do?
But it wouldn't half help us if you were there.
You know, when Rita died, I thought that was the worst that can happen. Now.
Look, I'll see what DS Greig says. Can I use your phone?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Dyer doesn't feel able to come. Well, it's a pity the jury won't see him.
Yeah, it's OK, though. I mean, you said the defence had offered to agree a statement.
Oh, yes, I'm sure this will cheer them up no end. Mr. Evans?
Just taking some fags to my client, unless you've any objections.
No, indeed. Mr. Dyer is unable to come.
Oh, dear.
Jackie. What do you think you're playing at, eh?
Oh, sorry, officer. Stupid beggar. Nearly made you jump, didn't he?
Well, book me.
Don't tempt me, OK?
You've got it in for all the Hennessy's, haven't you? When you do Jackie as well, to Sarah Michael's girls is having his baby. When you do us all.
You know Sean, don't you, officer? Michael's big brother.
Let's say I know of him.
When you put us all in the dock alongside our Michael, save yourself a bit of time.
Shut up, Sean.
All right.
Why don't you push off and do that little errand, eh? Nothing between the ears, that one. Runs in the family mind. Makes some easy games, innit?
I'll see you in court, Jackie.
Can't wait.
When were you able to interview Mr. Dyer?
Not until the week after the burglary. He suffered a severe blow to the side of his head.
And was he able to give you a description of his assailant?
No, Your Honour.
What condition was he in when you saw him?
He was extremely confused and distressed. He still is.
Indeed, and I am most grateful to my learned friend, Mr. Evans, for agreeing his statement to spare him the ordeal of a court appearance. What items were missing from Mr. Dyer's house, officer?
If I may consult my notebook, Your Honour. A digital clock, a silver cigarette box and lighter, a cordless drill, a briefcase containing various household documents, and 2 British Legion medals.
And were you able to recover any of these items?
Yes, Your Honour, all of them.
Were they all found in the same place?
Yes.
Where was that?
We went to number 4 Elcott Street with a warrant to search the premises. We found the items stolen in the burglary in a lock-up garage belonging to Michael James Hennessy.
And did you then arrest Mr. Hennessy on suspicion of aggravated burglary and assault?
Yes.
How long after the burglary was this?
It was the day after, in fact.
And did you find anything else in the lock-up garage at number 4 Elcott Street?
A pair of trainers belonging to Mr. Hennessy concealed beneath some plastic sheeting.
And was a print from the left sole of one of these trainers compared by the scenes of crime officer to a print found in Mr. Dyer's hall?
It was.
Did Mr. Hennessy say anything after you cautioned him, officer?
Yes, Your Honour. He said, "I've been fitted up."
Hello, Drew. Heard you was here.
Reg.
Yeah. Was in court 4. Got stood down yesterday. Now we're back here again.
All right.
Anyway, nice to have your company.
Sergeant Greig, you seemed, correct me if I'm wrong, faintly amused by my client's claim that he'd been, in the vernacular, fitted up.
I wasn't amused, no.
No, of course, you were investigating an extremely serious incident in which an elderly man had been viciously attacked. You were anxious to get at the truth.
Indeed.
If I could refer you again to the transcript of the taped interview you conducted with my client, page 27. Here, Mr. Hennessy first mentions the young man he says sold him the items found in his garage.
Yes.
Now, he told you where he met this youth, didn't he, officer?
Yes.
It wasn't just some pub, was it? It was the Elcott Arms at the corner of Elcott Street.
That's right.
He also gave you a very full description of the youth, didn't he, officer?
It was fairly full, yes.
Yes, well, let's look at it, shall we? Halfway down the page. Read it for us, would you, please?
He was about 1920, skinny, short red hair, oh yeah, and he had a tooth missing in the front.
And Mr. Hennessy claims that the young man with the red hair and tooth missing had come to his house about a week before the burglary and bought a motorbike from him, doesn't he?
Yes.
And he came into the garage, didn't he?
That's what he claims, yes.
Read that section too, please, officer. 31 minutes in.
He come in the garage because he was buying this bike off me, only he didn't have it in the end. That's when he could have borrowed my trainers. He had a sniff round.
Yes.
And I replied, "Didn't borrow your fingerprints too, did he, Michael?"
Thank you, officer. Stop there.
My office, gentlemen. 1 hour.
Hi, sir.
Trouble?
Too many cases going down.
Well, at least we've got one in the bag today.
What's that?
The Hennessy case. Looks like the scales are tipped in our favour for once.
You've told the court officer you made every effort to find the youth my client says sold him the items found in his garage.
That's right.
You spoke to Mr. Hennessy's neighbours, you said.
That's right, and to the landlord and the customers of the Elcott Arms on Elcott Street. No one could tell me anything.
Did you speak to a barmaid there, Miss Jackie Walters?
Mr. Hennessy's girlfriend, you mean?
His fiancée, that's right.
The landlord gave me the names of his staff. Miss Walters' name was not amongst them.
Miss Walters is one of their part-time staff.
Well, I wasn't aware of that.
Possibly there were others you missed off your list.
I don't think so, Your Honour.
And that was it? End of inquiries.
There appeared to be nothing to substantiate Mr. Hennessy's story.
I suggest, W.P.C. Ackland, that you gave my client's story very little credence, if any. I suggest you made no very serious inquiries at all.
Inquiries were made.
Bad news. 2 more cases bound for the appeal court.
On what basis, sir?
The defence are claiming an officer failed to disclose vital information.
Well, I don't recognise any of these defendants.
That's before your time, Jack. It's when Burnside was acting DCI.
Frank Burnside, stock and trade, wasn't it? Keeping stum.
Yeah. And we are paying the price.
These days, if you fail to disclose a CAD message, defence jump up and down.
Well, it's their prerogative, I'm afraid.
Which is why we can't afford to let them have any ammunition. Get a few more of these put up, Just to remind people what the CPS need to know.
Well, apart from the custody records, they also want us to disclose the name of our snout. Alistair almost came unstuck over that.
It's funny, you know, I've seen Mr. Evans in action on countless occasions, but I've never seen quite that brand of clammy desperation before.
Think you'll put Hennessy in the witness box?
W.P.C. Ackland, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sure I know you.
Maureen Jowett. Now, don't worry, I'm always stood there trying to remember her name.
Mrs. Jowett, yes. You live near to Mr. Dyer, don't you?
You took a statement from me.
That's right, yes.
Well, I didn't know this was on till my neighbour told me this morning.
Well, no, we don't normally inform people.
I couldn't quite understand. I mean, why wasn't I called?
Well, I think your statement must be in the bundle of unused material, isn't it?
Yes, I've got it here somewhere, I
Well,
think.
how do you mean, unused material?
We take a lot of statements when we're investigating an incident, Mrs. Jowett. Obviously, some aren't relevant to the inquiry.
Yes, here we are. You were walking your dog, you say, and you passed by Mr. Dyer's house about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and then I rang you later, and I told you I'd remembered seeing someone in the lane behind Mr. Dyer's house. I thought you were going to add it to my statement.
I don't remember this.
Well, you sounded a bit et up.
We can't take additional information down over the phone, Mrs. Jowett. Statements have to be signed 3 times.
Well, that's why I was expecting you to call, because you said you would. And then I thought, well, I'll just be told when to come to court, because I don't know how the whole system works.
You say you saw someone in Mr. Dyer's lanes?
That's right. This young man was loading up a van.
What?
Well, first off, I thought he was the boy who'd moved in a few houses down. But then I met him later, and he wasn't anything like. And then that's when I realised that the one with the van could have had something to do with the burglary.
And what did the one with the van look like, Mrs. Jowett?
He was about 18 or 19, I'd say. He'd got red, crew-cut hair, gappy teeth. See, I don't understand. Why wasn't I called?
Cheers. Yeah, Donna's going to run a check on Maureen Jowett and see whether she's got any previous.
Sounds like a bit of a long shot, June.
It's worth a go.
June.
Mm-hmm.
You've got very involved in this case, haven't you?
I've worked very hard on it, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, knowing the victim as you do...
Look, he was a friend of my father's, that's all.
Yes, I know. But it makes a difference.
I've been in that position. I feel you've got to deliver.
What are you trying to say to me? Are you trying to say that I've got it in for Hennessy
Oh, well,
or
his
something?
record's appalling.
Because if you...
Defence counsel is calling Mrs. Jowett as a witness. You okay?
I just need some fresh air.
Evans reckons Mrs. Jowett's rock solid.
Our LIO's checking her out.
I wish she'd take her cardigan off.
Eh?
I know it's irrational, but I've always found women in cardigans extremely difficult to undermine.
June!
Tom!
I thought about what you said.
All right.
I felt I had to come. Mine. Now I'm here, I don't know.
Well, it was good of you to make the effort.
At least I'll be able to watch this Hennessy fella sweat.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
I'm afraid we got a problem.
How's that?
Well, it's a bit complicated, in fact, but this witness has come to court and she said that she tried to contact me to make another statement and that I fobbed her off. What she says could damage the case against Hennessy.
Well, who is she?
A woman called Mrs. Jowett.
Maureen? What's she playing at?
I wish we knew.
Because she's the one who said don't bother coming to court this morning.
What?
Well, that's what put me off, I reckon. She just went on and on.
Your LIO got back to you, did she?
Nothing new on Maureen Jowett, I'm
Shall
afraid.
be the truth, the whole truth,
Pity.
and nothing but the truth.
State your full name, please.
Maureen Catherine Jowett.
And your address, Mrs. Jowett?
Flat 5, 67 Dello Road.
Were you asked to come to court today, Mrs. Jowett?
I wasn't, no.
Now, you gave a brief statement to an officer in connection with the burglary at Mr. Dyer's house. Is that correct?
Yes.
Which officer took that statement?
W.P.C. Ackland.
You were expecting to come to court today?
Well, I was, yes, because I spoke to her on the phone soon after she took the statements, and I told her what else I'd remembered, and she was going to come round.
But she didn't?
No. And then I thought, well, maybe she's passed on what I said, and I just have to come to court when the case starts. Say my piece.
How did you know the trial was on today, Mrs. Judd?
A neighbour told me.
Could you tell us what happened when you arrived at court this afternoon?
Well, the officer said I wasn't needed.
Did they say why not?
Because I hadn't said anything. Well, nothing important.
And what was your reaction?
Well, I told him I had said something important. I'd spoken to W.P.C. Ackland about it on the phone.
What did you tell the officer on the telephone, Mrs. Judd?
Well, that I'd seen this young man with red hair in the lane behind Mr. Dyer's house.
When was this?
The night of the burglary.
Tom, this is DS Greig.
Mr. Dyer, I understand Mrs. Jowett persuaded you not to come here this morning.
Well, she never said she was coming herself.
How well do you know her?
Well, just in passing, really. Then when I come out of hospital, she started calling by, see did I want any shopping. I just thought she was being kind.
What, do you think there might have been some other reason?
Talked about moving in, looking after me like. Well, we were both on our own.
How did you feel about that?
Bit flattered, I suppose. She's an attractive woman.
Is she?
Mind, she plastered the paint on a bit thick.
Well, she hasn't today.
I bet she's got her skirts too tight for her, though. She hobbles along.
Oh, not today, Tom. She's wearing a pleated skirt and a cardigan.
Yeah?
Yeah, obviously dressed down for the occasion.
She's a sad case, Maureen.
Why?
One thing after another. Her husband leaves her, she's made redundant, they're chasing her for the mortgage. She's got a job now, mind. Just part-time.
Where's that?
Works as a barmaid in the Elcott Arms.
The Elcott Arms?
Doesn't sound much of a place. They get a rough crowd.
Yeah, Mr. Hennessy amongst them.
Do you think she knows anything?
Well, she'll know his girlfriend, Jackie Walters, because she's also a barmaid at the Elcott Arms.
You reckon council are going to be able to make something of this, Sarge?
You'd better.
Should we go in?
Thing is, June, she wouldn't hurt a fly. Maureen wouldn't.
Mrs. Jowett, you must have been very concerned when the officer failed to take a second statement from you. Were you?
Well, I was a bit worried, yes. And then I thought, well, she must have written it down herself. Added it on to my first statement.
Did you try to call her again?
Once, I think, but I couldn't seem to get hold of her.
One last question, Mrs. Jowett. Is the youth you saw in the alley that night sitting before you in court today? Mrs. Judd?
No.
Louder, please.
No, he isn't.
Thank you, Mrs. Judd. If you just wait there.
You didn't see anyone in the alley that night, did you, Mrs. Jowett?
Yes.
You would have called the police then and there.
But he didn't look bothered. I just didn't think that...
He didn't look bothered because he wasn't there. Where do you work, Mrs. Jowett?
Your Honour, it hardly seems relevant.
You may answer the question.
I work in a pub.
Which pub?
The Elcott Arms.
A little louder, please, so the jury can hear.
The Elcott Arms.
The Elcott Arms on the corner of Elcott Street. Is that right?
Yeah.
How long have you worked there?
A few weeks.
Do you know Michael Hennessy, Mrs. Jowett?
No.
You sure about that?
Yes.
But you do know his fiancée, don't you? Miss Jackie Walters. Jackie Walters? Also a barmaid at the Elcott Arms? You must know Miss Walters.
I suppose I do, yeah.
Oh, you suppose you do?
I know her.
Are you friendly with Miss Walters?
Only just like chatting a bit.
And didn't she tell you that her boyfriend, Michael Hennessy, was awaiting trial for the break-in at Mr. Dyer's house?
I can't remember.
You can't remember.
She may have done.
I suggest, Mrs. Jowett, that Miss Walters did rather more than confide her troubles in you. I suggest she asked you to help.
No.
I suggest she asked you to come to court today and add a few details to your original statement.
No.
She told you of Mr. Hennessy's claim he had been fitted up and asked you to add a little extra weight to his story by inventing the youth loading the van. Of course, it would also get the officers concerned into considerable difficulties, and I'm sure that wasn't far from Ms. Walter's mind.
This is all supposition, Your Honour.
Yes. Confine yourself to the point, Mr. Griffiths.
Yes, Your Honour. Mrs. Jarrett, were you offered any money to come here today?
Your Honour...
No, I want to talk to someone.
You're in the middle of giving evidence, Mrs. Jarrett.
I made a mistake.
Before you say anything more, and before any more questions are put to you, I'm going to ask the jury to retire.
Would the usher please lead the jury out?
Don't believe this. Been stood down again.
Jackie! Jackie! Get off my back! What's your problem, Jackie?
She's a lying cow, okay? I don't want to listen.
Yeah, well, you're just going to have to listen. You can't just
leave
walk
it
away
out.
from it,
What do you know then?
Right.
I thought you'd gone.
We're just about to hear from Mrs. Jowett why she lied to the court.
I told you she'd screw it up, didn't I?
Shut up! Shut up!
Now, you think you're smart, do you?
Reg!
Sorry, where's the worst?
Reg!
Sorry, where's the worst? Come here!
You're right, Jim.
Yeah!
Turned out not to be a wasted day after all. Come on.
What a brain between them. I don't know why I bother. We just wanted Michael to be there when the baby comes.
Are you going to talk to us now, Jackie?
Yeah. So long as the poor little beggar's got my brains, not his, eh?
Come on.
Please. I've got to explain.
You'll have ample opportunity when you're interviewed.
I want to tell Mr. Dyer. It was Jackie, you see. She said I could earn some quick money. And all I'd have to do was add a bit to what I said and wear something sensible.
This is a very serious matter. You'll be questioned at the police station.
And then Sean, he kept threatening me.
Well, you should have come to us.
Yeah, but I'd had a few drinks and I've been doing that lately. I've had so many knocks this past year.
Didn't you think what it might do to Mr. Dyer?
I sort of blocked it off. I liked him, you know. We both had our problems and I thought, God, no, I just never got over his wife, has he? I didn't stand a chance.
He liked you too, Mrs. Jowett.
Not enough.
What'll happen to Maury?
Well, CPS will look at the papers and decide. Perjury is a very serious offence.
I still can't believe it, Oliver.
You're going to be all right now, Tom?
Headache's gone.
Yeah, mine too.